I'm sorry that we lost the transmission. It was Shuddha's fault. We ran out of power on it. So we come resuming now. This is the satsang, and we are. So this is a question of an answer sessions on the first day evening, and explain. The world will be vismrut or out of your memory once your awareness of the self begins. Do you understand? So don't be doubtful at all. Yes, it has begun already for you. So yes, you see, the old stuff is bothering you. That is all. But don't worry about it. Um, so the knower is always there and is continuously there. You see, and in that which needs to be seen, something else comes in, and therefore you cannot see. But the knower has begun within you, and that is the most critical thing. When the kashayas overwhelm me, I cannot see, but then later on the seeing resumes. Yes, it is the field stock, the whole bunch of garbage dumping out, and therefore you cannot see it. But the seeing is a critical thing because the seer has awakened, and that is what we are trying to grow. And through Pratikraman, you can make it free. So right now, and so now. But for the 2.5 hours that we had the satsang, were you able to know anything about the world? No. That means that is the experience and that is the awareness. And I say, supposing you do not, it is only that which needs to be settled that will come into your memory. That which needs to be settled will come into your memory, and that you will say. And so the one who remembers it, that is separate, and the one who is the knower is separate. Yes, correctly. That is true. Next one. And so now 3 more questions coming up. In the morning you had talked and that the self is indestructible, can never die. But these are all in words about the self. Not really. No, you have gone higher than the words. Yes, we have the base of the words, but we have the vision. But I don't have the experience. The experience will come through experience means it has begun at. Yes, I know that I am pure soul, and that is the right belief as there. That right belief is the experience, and then slowly you will have the awareness that whatever has happened to Uwe. It's not happened to you. You see, it's happened to Shashikant. You see, and then don't you get the awareness a little bit later afterwards? That means the self has awakened. It will never go away. And then on the contrary, you are sad that something bad has happened or hurtful has happened. You see. So then you see, therefore it is the field stock that and the subatomic particles is giving the effect and going away. But in the Nirakud Anand, the bliss of the self, is no. But is it because I have a lot of illusory attachment to the world? No. It is only the field stock. The field stock is such that it does not allow you to remain as the knower. That is the exact answer. You cannot say that you have residual illusory attachment to the world. You see, it is the force of the karma and the heaviness of the load that is being dumped out as does not let you remain as the knower only. You are the separate knower only. Nirakurta. Nirakurta is not the overflowing of bliss. That will come much later. Right now, after the Gnanvidhi, you have a relative unaffected state where you are not touched by the pains of life. You see, you are sort of insulated from the pains of the life. Sansari dukhono abhav. In other words, you do not have much of a feeling or sentiment towards the pains of the world that are happening to you, the pain in the world that is happening to you. So that is your experience. The pains of the world, the worldly difficulties do not touch you. That is the first level of the experience of the self. And you see, now even if you have it for 5 to 10 years, you should be very, very grateful. And then ultimately, out of infinite bliss, you are getting even 2%. Isn't that amazing? The self is infinite bliss, but you are experiencing 2% of it. Next one. On page 3 at the bottom, you see there's this... if you read scriptures through your own intellect, what is Guru Gam? What is, if you read scriptures through your own? Always ask your guru. Always ask somebody. If it's a very complicated, if you it's a, if you read a textbook of health and it says black pepper is good, black pepper is good, and if you keep on eating black pepper, would your health improve? You see, that means you just read the book of medicine yourself and you do it. You have to ask somebody who is an expert on this medicine. Don't you go to the doctor to say, doctor, should I be taking? Because because we move according to the understanding of the doctor. You see, whatever whatever understanding the one you get, that is called the understanding of the person you have asked from. Do not do it through your own intellect only. Right now, Lord Krishna says the Vaishnav Dharma, the religion of Vaishnavas is ours and everybody else is the religion of others. No, 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 no. The Gnani says the religion of the S capital is the religion of Lord Krishna, and all of that is the religion of the non-self. You see? You see, in all of this. Gum in Gujarati means to understand. And you see, and then the guru has to maintain a guru kili, which is that I am lower than the lower. My disciple, I am the disciple of my disciple. That is the guru kili, so that you will never sink. I am the, if Uwe has to have the understanding, Katya has to have the understanding that I am the disciple of the people that I am talking to. It's after Gnan we get the 1/8 bliss of, what is that? It is infinite knowledge, infinite energy, infinite bliss, etc. Infinite. What is all of that? What are those qualities? Then Avinashi, I am indestructible. You see. Then Aguru Lagu Swabhav, etc. See, all of those things. All of these things are. These are all. All of these qualities of the self. These are all the qualities of the self. There is, and the veils are the 8 dravya karmas. What is Vyakurta and Akurta? What is Vyakurta? Vyakurta means, Vyakur means there is no fight going on, and then Akurta, that means you're Akurta, and Vyakurta means when your fights inside spell out to the others. When the state, the constant shift between easy and uneasiness is called Vyakurta, Akurta. Next one. The one vision gives you the world, another vision gives you moksha, and then once you receive the knowledge of the self, then there is only one road ahead towards full enlightenment. Where there is a S capital self, wherever is the absolute self, there is no worldly vision. As long as the worldly vision means I am Uwe, I am Katya, this is mine. And the vision of the S capital self is that I am pure soul and everything is just pure as it is, that's all. And through the 5 agnas, we enter into the increasing vision of the S capital self only. Lokdrash, will not Mahatmas get confused between the vision of the world and vision of the self? No, they will not get confused. Sometimes a person is in the self and sometimes a person is in the body. That is called the dozing. Sometimes it's like when you're dozing, supposing you're talking and you feel sleepy and all of a sudden you wake up and you pay attention and again you feel sleepy and your head kind of bobs, head kind of goes back and forth. You see? Supposing you've done something, when it rises, when you go to enjoy the good times in the world, you become absorbed and you enjoy the thing, but after the party is over, you'll say, I just wasted my time for nothing. Who is the knower in this? The knower is able to tell you that, the knower was aware all the time, but your awareness was not there. The knower is always there, but your awareness was not there. I know, but when I get absorbed, it is the filled stock that is emptying. Filled stock that is emptying. Filled stock that is emptying. That's all. Isn't Sharda separate from you? Sharda has to eat, right? The eater has to eat. And is the self eating? The self is not eating. That the self is the non-eater. And Sharda, the job of Sharda is to eat only, and you are the pure knower of Sharda, eating her food, that is all. And so that is the, Sharda has the worldly vision and you have the vision of the self. That's all. Next one. On Aptavani 3, page 1, there is, and I'll be right back. I'm running out of power in both of them. Hold on. I'll be right back. And I'm back again with you. Sorry we missed this question, but the power is back on in both the laptops now. When we will have unity in the next life, we will have unity of mind, speech and body. We will be in exact settling of a file with equanimity, etc. Will you not like it in the next life? Yes, everybody's clapping. And then what will happen to all of this? Well, supposing you leave this world, what will happen? Are you going to take all of them with you? No, no, no. No, Vyavasthit is going to take care of them. Right. Alright, so next one. Now Rupal Shah, Vilaspur. And page 6, the question. At all paths join where there is a vision of the self. And then beyond that there is only one path. This question used to bother me a lot. I want to know. All paths join, and once the self is realized, from here onwards, even on the Kramic path, once they attain the self, then they do not have any acquisition issues or renunciation issues. I say whatever they attain in the last, so then Kramic path or Akram path become the same, right? Once they attain the self. And once they come to the 12th, once he comes to the 12th level of spiritual enlightenment stage, then he just needs to just settle the file with equanimity. That is all. In the Kramic paths, the Lord Mahavir, yeah. Even though there is Lord Mahavir and Lord Simandar, do they not? Both of them have to deal with their bodies, do you not? Yeah. Even also here, and so even here also, when in the Kramic path, when he becomes self-realized, he has only got a little bit of the conviction that I am pure soul, whereas we get the 100% conviction that I am pure soul, and that is the difference. And Dadashri says that I am going to give you this gnana. I mean, he just misquoted himself. He says, this gnan, this life, this vyavasthit is for only 1 year. What is going to be my next life? No, your next life will be very good, that's all. Because right now you're seeing the junk of last life in front of you unfolding. Next life will be magnificent. You will have the vision, the life of 5 agnas only. Yeah. You're doing so much satsang, you're doing so many samayiks, you are in opposition of all the mistakes, etc. You are not different. Yeah. You are all different, you see. You are all have attained the self. You see, you have attained the self because you had never gone after the self in such a magnificent manner ever before, all of you. Now all of you are going for the self only, Atma only. I know, up until now you were always running after the world with reference to your business affairs or your family, your wife, your children, etc. But now Now, even while doing that, you are going after after this Atma only. And now you're saying this is the last train, then what's going to happen? No, you don't have to. You don't have to worry about Deepak Bhai being the last person here. You see, you have already attained the self, so just move forward. You are, you will continue to get the link. You will get so magnificent that you will get the next continued link. It will be Akram. Akram means it will not be Kramik anymore. It will be just the direct link of Akram only. You see, whatever, you will be just getting rid of your filled stock only. Will I have the separation? Yes, you'll have the separation in the next life. But there, it will be, now you have to adjust over there. Five agnas will prevail for you. You will not have to apply five agnas in the next life. It will prevail for you. Next one. Today's talk. We cannot attain the self through words, but we read the Charan Vidhi, do we not? We read the Charan Vidhi, but we feel like we are mechanically reading the Charan Vidhi. Okay, is that called knowledge of the words only? No, whatever it may be, for us it's different. You have attained the self already, and so are you not married? Yes. Do you keep on saying that I'm in it's because you're asleep? Do you stop becoming a wife? When you in sleep, you forget your son. But when you wake up, are you not the mother still? In the same way, so you're the mother, you're the wife. Even once you become the self, you have become the self. You don't have to be really worried about, oh, if just because your chit flies away someplace else doesn't mean that you have gone away someplace else. You are the self. You are the Atma. It is just to have some profit of the self that we do all of these vidhis. So so if you do the Charan Vidhi with full chit, then you get 100%. If your chit wanders, then you get 30%, but you get something, right? When we become aware of the fact that the chit has gone someplace else, if you know, that's good too. If you don't know, that's just finish it. If you have files, so you cannot run away from your files, can you? The camera of file one is always on others, it's never going on the cell phone. So you have to talk to file one, say your camera is going on others, is it not? Why is it going on others? Sometimes I feel I get very tanmayakar or absorbed, but then later on you get separate, do you not? I keep on saying, right, keep on saying. You just talk to file one and say, oh, you become absorbed. You see? And you should not bicker around, and you should not nag and bicker. You should not nag and bicker. That is why I need your grace, and that is why we have arranged for this shibirs. You see this next one, Dakhu and Kirit Wala. I want to talk about the vision. I have many questions. Oh, is upyog means applied awareness is the vision, or is there a vision that is separate? Drashti means the vision. I am pure soul. Upyog means knowledge and vision. When you are in the state of knowledge, that is called upyog. When you are in the state of the self, then you are in upyog. And the vision is the vision of the self only. But when you are in the state of the self, that is called the application of the state of the self only, are you not? When you are in the five agnas, you are in upyog. You are applying it, applied awareness. And that is called, when you apply it, that is called the awareness. And as you apply it, there will be, once it is settled, when you settle all the sufferings, then the experience will arise. The next time around, when somebody says you spoiled it, then you will have the awareness and the applied awareness that I am the pure soul, he is the pure soul, and there is no disturbance at all. That is the experience of the self. When will it come? When you apply the awareness of the self through the five agnas. At that time, otherwise, then upyog means when he is speaking, the state of the self means you will have the pure applied awareness that the other person is the non-doer, he is the pure soul, he is all of this thing will remain. You will not be affected. It is It is only with the right vision that you will have the pure vision, right? Yes, it is only with the right vision that you will have the pure vision. Next question. When there is absolute vision in the Gnan Vidhi that happens, absolute vision that I am not the doer, and then the pure experience happens much later. But then we have the experience, we have the conviction. The vision remains the same. However, the application of the vision leads to the experience of this, of that state of the self. And once you have this experience of the state of the self, the clear and the distinct experience of the state of the self, you will be more and more able to deal with the field stock that is coming out of the file 1. So if the insult that used to disturb file 1 no longer disturbs file 1. You see, the circumstances and situations that used to disturb file 1 no longer disturb you. And then even you are the know, one is a Gnayak, the absolute knower. However, the dumping, the garbage that is being dumped really does not let you remain as the knower, absolute knower. When we, whatever is unfolding in front of us, if five agna is the right vision, is it not? Five agna is everything, says Deepak Bhai. Five agnas, five agna says this is relative, I am not, that I am Dakhu, you see. And that's, it's because five agnas makes you away from this is not mine, I am this is mine, I am the doer. Is the doer. Five agnas is such that absolutely lifts you up from I, mine, doer, and the sufferer. I, mine, doer, and sufferer. Everything. That's on. These are the ones that put fire to kashais, and therefore kashais will not arise. When you say I am the pure soul, this is all relative. You are free from any I am this is mine, I am the doer, and this is happening to me. You see. Now you see the vision has become absolute. Now the knowledge has to become absolute. That's all. The I am pure soul is an awareness, right? Yes. No. It is because of the experience that I am pure soul has happened. Therefore, the vision has become pure, and therefore Lakshmi is Jagruti. That's the awareness, and therefore the awareness that I am pure soul will move towards the state of the absolute soul. Pratiti is the conviction, and darshan, and then anubhav is the experience, and then it will increase by degrees, and it will. And therefore, all the vrittis, all the tendencies that were directed outwards will come inside. Next one, somebody. In the morning, we had talked, and that is, it is the self that improves the self. You see, this we are not touching the pudgal at all. You see. You see, when you take a tablet in the mouth, that diarrhea stops. That means that pudgal improves the pudgal, whereas the self improves the self. You see, it is the pudgal that is improving the pudgal only. The self has got nothing to do with improving the pudgal, the non-self complex. When the gnani gives the gnan, then it takes all the change. Is it done through? And it just totally fractures all the stock of ignorance, and then such a major explosion of the self. The Gnani does not change your wife, your diet, your body, your relationships or anything. If you want to diet, do it, diet. If you don't want to, but once you become the knower and the seer and the pure soul, nothing needs to be changed. And so the origin. If the original self is not connected with anything, then who is the one who attains the absolute self? The one who used to believe that I am ignorant, I am Katya, I am Uve, is now moving into I am pure soul. That's all. It is the same one that gets the knowledge. Who gets the knowledge is the question. Who gets it? So it's ignorant self, then Gnani self, and then absolute self. Ignorant self, then the Gnani self, then the absolute self. That's all. And this is one big merges. One doesn't merges, but he doesn't merge, but in fact his knowledge increases. Yeah. The original self is unconnected at all and is absolutely nonchalant, uninterrupting in the whole process. Next one, somebody from Austin, Texas, and then. Jai Sachidanand. On page 6, what is uh, how can you become free? She's just reading something that's already been read this morning. What is the other trying to say? That means are you Shuddhatma or you're Varshamdan? And therefore you're free. But for people, they are constantly being dabbling in ignorance only. So when you play with ignorance, ignorance will cover you up completely. Whereas when you play with knowledge of the self, the knowledge of the self will prevail within you. That's all. Jabot, the washer woman takes the clothes and continues to dip it in clear water, in soapy water. In the same way, the worldly people will continuously dip you into ignorance only. The people of the world will continue to soak you in ignorance only. They will not soak you in knowledge. Next. No. Shall I ask you anything? You have so many. There are so many people have written. Next one. Just I don't know whether I'll send the question. Just send the question, it will come. The answer will come. Next one. I want to ask a question. I do have a request. We have from the morning we have been hearing that it is not possible for the world. If for the world, the people cannot acquire the self. Therefore, we have your compassion and your presence is there. And when we reach to Mahavidya, that we can have your darshan. We already have the darshan of the self only. Why do you want to meet Deepak Bhai? Why? I guess, and you're talking. You're already having a child, and you're saying, "When will I get married?" That's the answer. You already are a father, and you're saying, "When will I get married?" Because you're continuously asking the same kind of questions about when will we meet. I have already married you with the self, then why are you asking about the darshan? He says, will I have darshan of Deepak Bhai in Mahavidya Kshetra? You see? Now question. On page 10, there's a question. There is ordinary knowledge versus extra knowledge. Common knowledge versus detailed knowledge. For this is all for relative only. You see, there's so many. It's all applied to the relative. When you say so many people speaking, but then this person saying this is Ajit Patel, this is Jani, that means specific knowledge. That's all. But otherwise, you can say these are all 10,000 people sitting here in this. This is so. This because it's small g. That's why we have used the words the small g in the translation, in the English translation, not the big G. It is ordinary knowledge versus specific knowledge. This is by by relative viewpoint you say I am Ajit, you see, and but you said the Gnani Purush says now remain superfluous with reference to the relative and be very specific and apply your upyog, apply your awareness towards the S capital self. But forget about this is a woman, this is a man, she is fat, she is thin, etc. And apply, find out, that's what if the wishes apply, what is file 1 doing, what is file 1 thinking, what does file 1 doing. That is called extra applied awareness of the self. Supposing you're driving a car, you're just watching all the people around, you're talking also, but you're looking at all what is happening on the road. And you say, so that means you are specific with reference to the person that you're talking to in the car, whereas your common knowledge is that you're driving the car on the road and you have to keep a lookout for other people on the road, you see. But you don't look at what the other person on the road looks like or who she is, etc., you see. Now, Vishesh Upyog means extra applied awareness should be towards oneself only, which means to look at file 1, what file 1 is doing, what file 1's chit is doing, etc., and the application of the 5 agnas, you see. And it is when you do specific knowledge, you see, then your chit will be occupied in the specifics and you will not have enough time to apply the 5 agnas, you see. It is because you started looking at a woman very specifically that you got stuck with her and you got married to her, and pretty soon you're going to have children and grandchildren. So so Vishesh Upyog means specific attention is not a good thing. Now we'll take the next questions, next one, okay? Now let us now talk about samayik, and so Deepak Bhai is talking about samayik. and everybody wants to know how I can move forward in Gnan. Now we have this satsang, special satsang and Shibir, you see. And our samayiks are also for this only. And we had talked about this morning that and we should have the experience that I am pure and that I am liberated. You must have the experience. We have the awareness. We need to move in that experience of that. How can that happen? In every matter, whether it is whatever location. And it means nothing can touch you, no location can touch you, no circumstance can bind you, no intention can bind you. Whether it is a male body or a female body, it doesn't mind you. And we could see that in Niruma, that she was like this, that she was constantly free, even though she had a female body. You see, and that is why, we have this. Our Dada says that we have given you such a gnan that you can have continuous sense of liberation. You see, and then even if somebody robs you, that you will not be affected. When I'm not Kati, I'm not Uve, then what difference does it matter whether I was robbed or I was given a lot of money? You see, so yeah, you see, uh, you see. So when you say mine, then you fault. You see. When you say my daughter committed suicide, but then when you realize that I have never been married, then how can you say that my daughter committed suicide? You see, the one whose pocket is being picked is not I. When the one who is being cursed is not I. And so when in every aspect of life, when this Gnan prevails, then the experience of the self is there. You see, and you can set this awareness and then be in that exact applied awareness. Then theoretically, then also you can imagine that what happens if the leg gets cut, what happens if the vision is lost, what happens if the heart does not work properly. You can project it, and then you'll say, well, it is not happening to me, it is happening to the body. So if you keep it separate, so you project it in future and say, and you see, so now if if you say somebody, I will not take money from anyone, so you said no. Why am I having bad thoughts? Well, are you having bad thoughts, or are the thoughts happening to the mind? The more you keep it separate, the better it will be. So you should keep it in separation awareness only. If bad words come out of your mouth, and then people will say you spoke like this, then you should immediately say, no. These came out. I'm not the speaker at all. This is a taped record, you see. Then, but you can tell Uve to keep it separate and do pratikraman. That is all. Supposing you are sitting here nicely in a nice chair, say get up from here and go someplace else. Then you have to say You have to say no. This is no. Deepak, then you have to talk to Uve. They are making you move, so please move and sit in the other chair, mover. So if somebody else is talking to you, you also talk to Uve. Uve, get up from here. Then you can say, Uve, somebody is telling you to get up. So, but never believe that they are telling it to you. The sense that they're telling it to me. I'm this body. This is happening to me. And this today is. But we are going behind that. I'm not this at all. I'm not this at all. This is happening to this body. And so, and he says, but if you're eating and all of a sudden get up, then you can say, okay, get up slowly. Pick the food plate in your hand and eat while standing up. So talk to the person, talk to file once. Somebody says your passport is gone. All of a sudden you start running around. Now you have to say, was it your passport, or it was the passport was of the passenger, the one who was supposed to travel. The one who was supposed to travel, his passport is gone. Who are you? Are you a traveler? No, you're not a traveler. But then 2 days later you find it exactly, it was in the purse only, but you were not looking. It was in your backpack only, but you were not searching properly. So all of this thing is all in every matter. The circumstances come in front of you to test your knowledge of the scientific circumstantial evidences, but you immediately say it happened to me. Your when you say, supposing you lose your passenger ticket, well, this is a passenger ticket, gone of the passenger. But you see, if you are not supposed to travel, then what difference does it matter? But when you say it is my ticket that is gone, then it is gone. I am never the traveler. And that is our Vignan. In every matter we can keep it separate, and we must keep it separate. By talking to file 1, it is one of the best ways to keep it separate, and we should understand. If you have seen it, this is relative. The relative and real are separate. Then keep the relative separate. Okay, apply Agna 1. Then Agna, when the effect is happening to the relative and the self is absolutely pure. If somebody is insulting, then this person, the person who is being insulted is separate. In every matter, keep it separate only, and from small matters it keep it separate. Then the big matters it will be separate, and the energy will be there to keep it in big situations and circumstances. And that is the thermometer of the bliss of the self. And through the experience of the self, the bliss of the self will increase. It is by the separation that you will have the experience of the bliss of the self only. And then no situations, no circumstance will bind you at all. And this is, and so no location, no matter, no thing, no physical thing, no intention, no human being will bind you at all. No location will bind you. You see. But you are the pure soul. So the Gnani, the state of the Gnani is where his roams about, completely unaffected by location, space, time, or intention. You see, location, space, time, and intention is totally free. So we just need to be in that state by being aware of who this is happening to. Yes, you are separated, you are free, but you need to experience that, and then you will not have any tension at all, no load. You will have absolutely freedom of the self. You will have the laughter of the self. You will have the laughter of the liberated. And you see, we will have to take the samayik. Wherever the effects are arising in today's samayik, be aware who is this. When there is, when you lose some money, if you have the knot of greed, you will have effect. And if you are illusory attached to people, then you will be aware of the illusory attachment if that person goes away. If you have pride, so this anger, greed, deceit, and pride are all discharging. The one who is feeling that is not the one who I am. The one who is having those effects, that is not who I am. And I am the blissful one. I am the pure blissful one in all of this. And the self has never been spoiled at all. And it is, on certain situations it improves, on other certain situations just so. Look at the play of the Pudgal, look at the miraculous play of the Pudgal ni Karamat, the Karamat, and find out if there is possessiveness of file 1. You see, the more and more you become as the pure soul, then you will become less possessive, you see, and then you will become the flow. Let us do a very nice vidhi today. Let us do the vidhi. To become, to feel free. So the samayiks, to experience freedom. O Dada Bhagwan, the absolute self within me. Hey Shri Simandar Swami Prabhu, the Lord at Mahavide. With the exact applied state of the self in all the difficult situations of life, and the hurtful circumstances, the protection circumstances, in all of those situations, because of kashais, the suffering arises. Let me apply the knowledge of this awareness of the self and the separation of the self. The one who is suffering is not I am pure soul. And let me keep that separation, and let me experience the freedom, and let me do such a samayik. My Lord, grant me those energies. I surrender the mind, speech and body, all illusions associated with my name, bhav karma, charge karma, dravya karma, subtle discharge karma, yellow glasses, no karma, gross discharge karma. O Dada Bhagwan, the absolute self within me, you are the manifest absolute self within me. You are the Lord within me, my Lord. And at your feet I am surrendering all of these. I am surrendering them all. Atma Chum, Shuddhatma 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 Chum, Shuddhatmachu, 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 Shuddhat Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand. Just do a great samayik. Whether you're insulted, thrown out, this is what you really need to have. That which is happening is not to me, it is happening, it's not I. I am the blissful one. This is the greatest samayik. Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Everyone. We had promised to be better next time. Jai Satchidanand Shuddhatma Bhagavan.